How's it going, guys? Well, welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to my darling's embrace of steinsgate. So, I heard you, okay? Everyone's been screaming, I have to get the Mayuri ending at some point. So, consider it official at this point. I'm not gonna miss that one after all you guys have said. I love how enthusiastic you all are. So, I think we're gonna try and see 3 endings. I wanna see the first ending I get naturally. I'm going to specifically seek out a second ending, and then we're going to wrap up with the Mayuri ending. I'll definitely do the rest of the endings on my own, and I'll be sure to discuss them in our rap party for Linear Bound Phenogram and My Darling's Embrace. And of course, we have like new Steinsgate stuff to look at in the future, so hooray for that. But Today, we are going to be jumping right into the meat and potatoes of the story. I have no idea when we're going to be fighting any like triggers, when we're going to be activating any endings. For what I'm based on just what I know of Steins Gate, and especially with this coming so recently after the main game, I'm guessing that I'm going to be able to see the moments when I can make choices, but I may not necessarily know what the consequences of those choices will be. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out. So let us get right to it and just start right here. So 10 years ago, in the year 2000, a man calling himself John Titor appeared on the American Internet message board. Someone recently shared with me a video of kind of a breakdown. It's like a retro technology YouTube channel, and he goes over the IBM 5100 like as a technology and talking about John Titor. And the counts. It was really cool to hear and see the actual like posts that were made, in real life kind of thing, and it makes it kind of pseudo mysterious. Like it really is a compelling mystery to like who was it, why were they doing it, and how interesting they were to be right about certain things. I don't know. It was a really interesting read. So really cool that I got to see that. And if I can remember, I'll try and link it in the description of this video. Remind me if I don't, like if you're watching this and I don't have a link to that video, like send me a message or something and make sure I do. Anyway, so he appeared, American Internet message board. Anyway, self-proclaimed time traveler from 2036 who appeared in the American Internet message board in November of 2000. The internet went into an uproar, flooding the board with questions and debate. Titor posed pictures of his time machine and control manual, as well as diagrams illustrating time machine mechanics. He also disclosed information on near-future events, time travel physics, history and intervention, the multiverse, timelines, and world lines. And then, 4 months after his appearance, he left a comment saying, "I will be leaving this world line shortly, and this will be my final post," and disappeared. Now, is it a hoax? Probably, but it's fun to think it's not. Claiming he hailed from the year 2036, the self-proclaimed future man explained the workings of the supposed time machine. In addition, he shed light on a number of events that were supposed to take place after the year 2000. He was actively on this board for a mere 4 months. However, his words and actions made an impact, and the word of his existence spread all the way to Japan. Though many of his predictions did come true, a fair share were proven false. And thus, there are many who doubt that he really did come from the future. But it's kind of hard to debate that because he also, his own counter argument was that, oh, well, because I came, I've changed the world line, and the world line thus is going to reflect that. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's impossible to verify, and so it makes it difficult because he can't verify it. The man claiming to be John Titor has recently re-emerged onto the internet. This time on the massive Japanese internet message board called Site at Channel. When I engaged him, instead of the time travel theory he previously provided, he presented me with what he called the attractor field theory. According to him, our world is made up of countless world lines. The places where many of them cluster together are called attractor fields. An attractor field could be a large swath of history spanning 100 years or more. In his words, every single action in a single attractor field ultimately culminates into one single point, one single event. Interesting. So I don't remember that saying it could be like a block of time, but actually that makes things a lot more understandable with what we've seen in Steins Gate and Steins Gate 0. Let's say, for example, that I'm going to purchase a beverage. The decision to purchase a Dr. P or cola is theoretically mine to make, but perhaps when I arrive at the store, the Dr. P is sold out, or a friend buys a cola for me. Anyway, Dr. P, it's Okadine's favorite carbonated drink. And if I do when I do a cosplay of Okabe, because I'm totally going to do it, I think I'm going to absolutely have to have a Dr. P. One way or another, cola ends up quenching my thirst. In other words, the world is constructed in such a way that the end results have already been decided. Meaning that no matter how many D-mails I use to change the past, things ultimately end up the same place. However, according to him, there may be more than one attractor field. In other words, if we manage to leave this attractor field, we may wind up in a world line that's a part of a parallel world. I do not know whether this is true or not. I do not know who this John Titor is. He may be a fraud or a raving lunatic. But personally, I find the attractor field theory to be fairly interesting. Interesting indeed. A few days ago, I was thinking of the conversation I had with John Titor as I walked and found myself in front of Radicon near Akihabara Station. Radicon was just as crowded as ever, of course. Just the other day, an incident occurred in which a mysterious satellite-like object appeared out of nowhere and smashed into the top of the building, but things have already been... Oh, it's not there, is it? It was all I could do to keep from gasping. Without thinking of it, I looked up at the building. The building that, as of yesterday, had a satellite sticking out of it. It's not there! Ooh, interesting. Interesting. So what is that going to imply? Right there. The satellite was nowhere to be seen. Mysterious text from Meiri. But Mayushi doesn't have any ambitions. I just want to finish my homework. Sure. Interesting. So, yeah. This again, like, so it's another world line because it's not Alpha world line, but we also know this isn't the Beta world line. Even though that, the Beta world line, well, it could be, I suppose, but we're seeing enough evidence to say that that's not likely. I needed to collect my thoughts, so I left the noise of the station for the quiet of this shrine. Known as the Yanabayashi Shrine, and this tiny place can be found near the Bansen Bridge. A familiar face was there to greet me.
Ah, Okabe-san. Konnichiwa.
Hello, Luka. It was boiling hot, but still he smiled and gave me a small bow. Are we sure it's a he? I can't keep up with this. Aww. A white coat, and bright red hakama pants. Traditional Miko garb. Cosplayers at the highest end of cosplay cafes only wish they could wear them as well. All pale in comparison to the sight before me. It doesn't hurt that it's like a legitimate one too. The side of Urushibara Luka, child of the head priest of the shrine. But he's a guy. No matter how well the clothes suit him, he's no Miko. Then why is he wearing them, you ask? Because his father likes it that way. I almost feel bad for poor Luka, but I think that's just the way his family is. But there are more important things to worry about. Yes.
はい。京馬さんに言われた通りに毎日。
Luka held a sword in his hand. While it may look like an imitation, it looks can be deceiving. In reality, it's the demon sword Samadare, the blade that shall rend all evil. Even a Blade Works does sell them at 980 yen per pop. Blade Works. Wait a minute. Interesting. One of the many stores in Akihabara that sells replicas of weapons. Among their wares are Japanese swords from the Sengoku period, as well as European fashionable blades and armor. Now, here's the thing. It said it was fictional. Is that a nod to Fate? You know, Unlimited Blade Works? Oh, man. I want to play the Fate game so bad. There's some I could do. I think, like Fate Extalia, I think is on Steam. I could give those a try, but those aren't really, those are kind of visual novels, but it's mostly not. So that could be something I could explore, maybe on my Saturdays when I finish with Persona, but there's so many other games I'd rather play. There's that one coming out about, like, Tokyo being overrun with, like where you're like a psyker fighting, like the weird, twisted things that are happening in Tokyo. That looks really interesting. There's classic ones that I could play. Like, I've never played much of... Oh, shoot, I can't even think of the name now. There's just a lot of, like, JRPGs that I never had a chance to play, despite how interested I always was in them, because I only had a PS4, I got a PlayStation, like a PS4, like last year. Up till then, I hadn't had one. And then I could always do I record a playthrough of Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I just finished my first one. It was awesome. There's so many good choices. It'd be hard to pick them, and I'm not sure if those Fate games are they're not rated super high. As much as I love Fate in general, I'm just not sure if I want to spend my time on that. Let me know what you think of that. But I'd love to play the original Fate visual novel someday. Hopefully we can actually get an actual translation, but I might be persuaded to just go with a fan translation sometime.
あ、でも今ちょうど素振りを終えたところだったんです。だからその。
Aw.
案ずるな。日々の鍛錬を怠りさえしなければ、いずれお前は精神ざんまりを極めることができ。
I think Luka in Zero, especially in the anime, they did a great job of showing how he actually did become something so great.
要は続けようという心意気が大事なのだ。
はい。
ならばいつもの合言葉を。
はい。エルプサイこんがり。
So
コ
close.
ングルーだコングルー。
So close.
コングル
There you go. Seeing him stumble over his attempt to say the right words left my heart aflutter. But he's a guy. Now, it's implying that we might be able to go down a romance path with him. I wonder. Like, that'd be interesting. That's something you needed.
いや、近くを通ったから寄ったまでだが。そうだ、ルカ子。お前、例の人工衛星のことは覚えていないか？
人工衛星ですか？
Come on, Okabe.
そうだ。つい先日、ラジカンの上部に突き刺さった人工衛星のことだ。
そんなことがあったんですか？
Right. He nearly jumped in surprise. It seemed like honest surprise, too. He wasn't playing with me. Besides, it was Luka. He couldn't lie to me if he tried.
こんな近くにいるのに、僕全然知らなくて。
いや、いい。どうやら俺の勘違いだったようだ。
Yeah. Yeah. I would want to go back and figure out, like, is there anything around? Like, I'd go and investigate.
勘違いですか？
Once again, Lukako looked at me with eyes like saucers. Though that's hardly a surprise. If someone came up to me saying, a satellite smashed into the Radicon, I'd think they were delusional too. No, the problem is Luka, like, believes you. But it proved something to me. In this world, the satellite never crashed. That discovery alone has made this all worthwhile.
おや、どなたがいらっしゃってるのかと思えば、法院くんじゃないですか。
Hey, someone else is actually using the name. Interesting. It's his
お
dad?
父さん。
久しぶりですね。お元気ですか？
ねえ、おかげさまで。
Lukako's dad appeared from the back of the shrine. So, wait, did he always call him Hyonen Kyoma? I always thought he called him Okabe. In my timeline, we'd seen each other a couple of days ago, but I guess that's changed as well. He gave Luka and I a concerned look.
そうか。法院くんが来ていたのか。だったら後にした方がいいかな。
Oh, why? What?
後にって、お父さんどうかしたの？
いやね、今から裏の宝物殿の整理をしようと思ってね。それでルカにも手伝ってもらおうかと思ったんだが。
宝物殿？
There's a sanctuary at this little shrine? Never knew that.
ああ、宝物殿といっても大したものじゃありませんよ。ちょっとした倉庫みたいなものです。
Well, isn't that where the IBM 5100 was being stored? Do they have one? No, they probably don't actually have one right now. But did Shining Finger like want one still? I think she's been asking about it. Yeah, I think this is still her like asking about IBM 5100. She wants like the hacker. Yeah. Okay, so they're still looking for one as far as I know.
奉納されたものなんかもそこに入れておくんですよ。
Yeah. So this is where it would be. When he said sanctuary, my mind danced with images of holy treasure. Guess I should have kept my expectations in check.
そういえばルカ子よ。この神社は古いのか？
Here's the interesting thing, though, actually, if you think about it. Like, so he's talking about, like, mystical treasures and whatnot. But here, like, from a pure faith perspective, offerings that people make in good faith, trying to, like, do something, I believe would have a significance. And I could see why they would put them in a place called a sanctuary. Because it's not the actual item that matters. It's the sacrifice that's involved with sharing it. It's the act that gives it power, you know? And is that power real and something that can be manifest? No, not legit, literally, but I do think it's worthy of note. It's worthy of being respected. And thus, even if it were a donation of a basket of fruit, or a donation of an IBN 5100, or something along the lines of something that's meaningful to you that you were giving up voluntarily, there is a sanctity to that, something that should be respected and treasured.
確かこの場所に祀られるようになったのが万事2年という話ですから、だいたい江戸時代の初期から続いていることになりますね。
Fetch 1659.
江戸時代
Yeah, that's amazing. Yet another unthinkable outburst. I mean, I thought this place was old, but I never thought it was that old. Today's just full of surprises.
そういうわけですから、倉庫の中も整理してやらないとすぐにごちゃごちゃとしてしまうんですよ。
Yeah, I bet.
それはさぞ大変なことでしょう。
Still, if this shrine is that old, maybe there's some ancient manuscript or a monster spear or something lying around. Monster spear. A fictional weapon that featured prominently in classic manga. Long ago, the spear sealed the great demon away underneath a storage building of a shrine. One day, the protagonist of the story pulls the spear from the beast, breaking the seal and granting him the power to slay monsters. Unfortunately, prolonged use of the spear results in the user's soul being devoured, eventually turning them into a demon. I swear I've heard that the story beats of that before, but I'm not too sure what specifically it's referencing, because I'm guessing it's a classic. And my knowledge of classic anime is abysmal. I mean, I only started watching anime, I saw a few growing up, but really understanding what it is and being a fan of the genre type of watching anime was probably like, I don't know, 2010, 2012. Just thinking about it gets me fired up.
まあ、しかしお客様がいらっしゃってるなら、また今度に。
Oh, Okabe's gonna be like, oh, I'll help you.
ああ、気にしないでください。どうせそろそろおいとまするつもりでしたから。
いや、でもそれは。
No, no, no.
それに今日はフラッと立ち寄っただけで大した用もないのです。そういうわけだからルカ子、特訓を忘れるんじゃないぞ。わかったな。
はい。エルプサイコング
Come on, come on.
コングルーだ。
Kangaroo.
コングルー。
Yeah. Upon hearing Lukako's words, I say goodbye to his apologetic father and left the Yanabayashi shrine. Too bad, man. He should have just got in there. He would have got your IBN 5100 right today. Exploring the sanctuary intrigues me. I should probably say that for a time when Luka's dad isn't over our shoulder. I'll ask Lukako to show me around when I have a chance. Interesting. Ba-bum. Returning to the lab that night, I found Daru lazing on the couch playing his GS. Is that game Sphere? The Nintendo GS, a portable game console characterized by its unique two-screen approach and stylus. In addition to highly portable design, educational software popular across all demographics helped it to achieve record sales all around the world. Yeah, I remember. Oh, I got a mail too.
何をしている?
I don't know, he's playing Pokemon or something. Luka, wait. So you mean you want to eat Miuri-chan's fried chicken, of course, do you? Of course you want to eat her cooking, not mine. Yeah. Oh, fetch! Lukako! I'm sorry! By the way, the reason why I'm like leaning forward is like my microphone. Like I've got a great placement for my microphone. I think the audio quality is gonna be like improved with my new placement, but it happens to be right in the way of that particular part of the screen. So I might be doing a little dance sometimes, but like, no, I want to eat your food. What nonsense are you babbling about? If she learns how to make fried chicken herself, I won't have to hear her complain about the microwave anymore. Oh, come on. Like, poor Luka. Poor Luka.
何って見ればわかるっしょ。愛しのののさんと熱海でチュッチュしてるんだお。
Nono-san? Hang on. Were visual novels and like eroge visual novels on Nintendo like devices? That sounds crazy. One of the heroines of the ultra-popular dating sim Lapis Plus. Her full name is Imogasaki Nono. Of the 3 dating heroines, she's the most mature. Daru was playing the sequel, Lapis Plus Plus. Daru answered without even taking his eyes off the screen. Apparently, he's been obsessed with this game since it came out last month. It's all about flirting with girls. That's like half my channel.
そんなことを聞いているんではない。今日俺が頼んだ新作ガジェットの件はどうなったと言っているのだ。
Speaking of which, I do think we need to have a break. Like, I have all these big series I want to cover. Like, I want to get into Danganronpa. I have the Higurashi series to get into. The Grisha. That's the one I kind of know a lot about, sadly, because I watched some of the anime. But like, there's a lot of good series to go through, but like, it definitely is the heavy-hitting dramatic series. We need to sprinkle in some more fun fritzy ones, so we might have a more dating like sim game coming out in the near future as a spritz in to kind of like be happy again. I like having the happier uplifting stories occasionally.
それならおおよその算段はできてるよ。
Yeah, yeah.
何？それは本当か？
うん。今日ジャンクショップで必要なパーツのほとんどは買ってきたし、足りないものを開発室で漁ればなんとかなると思われ。
For what?
そうか。でかしたぞ。それでこそ我が右腕だ。
Yeah, yeah.
まああとは巻きせし次第ってとこかな。
Daru's gaze finally broke from the screen as he turned to face the curtained off portion of the lab. Guess Kurisu's still in there, working on her gadgets. Given that she's taken over my base of operations, I should probably say something to her, but she's hard at work. I want to know more about this loan. I'm guessing it's the loan that we heard rumbles of in Linear Bound Phenogram. I should probably wait until she's done. Besides, she's scary when she's disturbed.
あ、でもその代わり新しくできた11号機までのガジェットはホームページの通販に載っけといたんだぜ。
Ooh, nice. Finally distracted from his virtual dating, Daru put up his game machine aside and grinned at me. Ow, it just popped my jaw and it hurt. He looks so proud. It's so annoying. Though I suppose his service is worth the annoyance. Mayuri! I heard the laboratory door open as somebody loudly called my name. Mayuri!
どうしたマユリ？お前は家で夏休みの宿題をしなければならんのじゃなかったのか？
Right?
そうなんだけどね。でも今日はメイクインのバイトがあったから帰りに寄ったのです。
Gotcha. Mayuri sat down on the couch, took a banana out of her bag, and started eating it. Mayuri loves bananas. I mean, most of us do, don't we? I mean, maybe not to eat them all day, every day, but I mean, it's definitely one of the better fruit. I had curry tonight. Homemade curry. It was so good.
マユシーはね、オカリンに話があったのです。
Yeah. Eating a banana while talking about how her day was is practically her daily routine. However, her stories rarely have an actual content to them, so I just sort of nod along, not really listening. Okabe, come on, you're better than that. Nevertheless, she always tells me about her day with a smile on her face. As long as she's satisfied, I'm okay with that. I'd planned on letting her story just wash over me as usual, but...
あのね、もしガジェットで資金ができたら新しい電子レンジ買えるかな？
Yeah, microwave.
そうだな。他に必要なものもあるから買うとしたらその後だな。
Aw.
あとってどのくらい？
I mean, microwaves are pretty darn cheap.
優先順位としてはだいたい6番目くらいか。
その6番目ってどこから来たん？
Yeah, what are the other 5 things?
なんとなくだ。
The microwave we had in the lab has turned into the phone wave name started to change, and we can't use it anymore. Without a microwave, Mayuri can't have juicy chicken #1, a frozen snack that she loves just as much as her bananas. Here's the thing, frozen chicken. I've never had good luck with frozen chicken in a microwave. Like, it's always better in an oven, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. For her, a working microwave is top priority.
か。それじゃダメかも。
Wait, what?
ダメ？ダメとはどういうことだ？
それはね。
That's like oddly sinister. Mayuri giggled and smiled.
どうしたのだマユリ？何がおかしい？
ね、それはね。気になる？
Yes? That is a good
何
definition.
何？もしかしてエロい話？だったら僕も混ぜれ。
Yeah, what the heck is going on?
違うよ。ね、マユシはあんまり頭が良くないからラボの役に立てないでしょ？
Well, I mean, A, that doesn't matter, and B, you're smart enough to help.
でもね、本当はね、ダル君やクリスちゃんみたいにラボの役に立ちたいなっていつも思ってたんだ。
Right. I had no idea Mayuri felt that way. I was always happy simply to have her with us, but I guess to her that wasn't enough. Though, why bring this up now?
でもね、もしかしたら今回マユシーは初めてラボの役に立てるのかもしれないのです。
Okay.
何？もしかしてマユシも新しいガジェットを考えたとか？
Yeah, what's this all about?
そうじゃないの。ね、今みんなが一生懸命新しいガジェットを作ってるのは売るためだよね。
Kinda, yeah.
その通りだ。売って資金を得なければならんからな。
まあ今まで一個も売れたことないんだけどな。
Yeah.
天才の作品はいつの世も認められないものなのだ。
Yeah, to be fair though, that time machine, man, I think it's funny because like you really can't sell that either because it goes from like a interesting little doodad that nobody would really want to priceless, so you can't sell that.
言ってることかっこいいけどダメじゃんそれ。
Yeah, it's pretty bad. He's got a point. Any gadgets we can sell are as good as junk. We really should figure out our marketing strategy at some point. Yeah.
そこでマユシーの話なんだけどね。
Yeah. There's that smile again.
実はね、マユシーはガジェットを買い取ってくれるかもしれない人を見つけちゃったのです。
What?
何？
マユシ、それ本当？
Like, who?
ね、実はマユシーは今までメイクインニャンニャンに来るお客さんにガジェットについて宣伝してたの。
Wait, not the time machine though, right? Not the phone wave?
そしたら今日ね、お客さんの中で興味持ってくれた人がいてね。
Okay.
いくつかまとめて買い取って。
Couple of the...
でかしたマユリ！
Fetch. I took her hand in mine even before she finished talking. And I shook it with the force I usually reserve for Daughter's greatest achievements.
オカリ？
よくやったぞマユリ！でかした！
本当？マユシー役に立てたかな？
Oh yeah.
もちろんだ！なんなら褒美にバナナの一本くらい買ってやってもいいくらいだ！
A banana. I don't know what a banana costs in Japan, but here that's like 40 cents.
オカリンせこ！そこはせめて一房っていうところだろ？
Yeah.
量など関係ない！そこは気持ちの問題だ！
I mean, it looks.
マユシーはね、ラボの役に立てただけで嬉しいのです。
Aww, melt my heart, Mayuri. When I looked at her smiling face, I could see that she wasn't lying.
とにかくこれで資金なんともおさらばだ！
That's assumption.
もうミスター・ブラウンの横暴に屈する必要もなくなるぞ！
Yeah.
オ
By the way, I
カ
love the bump in
リ、
music.
店長さんのこと苦手だもんね。
おそらくあの男とは1万年と2000年前から敵同士だったのだ。
Sure. And birth of humanity 12,000 years ago, I think you're a little short there. I think it's longer than that. 12,000 years might be the beginning of language and like fire.
ただ怖がってるだけじゃん。
Of course he's afraid of him. Who wouldn't be afraid of him? He could probably bench press a train. All right, Luka, again, like it's right. My girl's right in the way. Totally misunderstood what you were trying to say. Okay, I'll invite Mayuri to my house to teach her how to cook the fried chicken. Might not come out perfectly, since Mom just taught me the recipe, but I'll bring some to the lab if it turns out okay. Awesome. Poor Luka.
怖いのではない。ただあの特殊な容姿に少しばかり尻込みするだけだ。
Yeah.
そういうのを怖がるって言うんじゃね？
People call that fear. Daru, you're my man.
なんとでも言うがいい。未来の展望に巧妙が差した今の俺に怖いものはないのだ。
Yeah, yes, Okure.
あ、ブラウン氏が後ろに。
Oh no.
オカリン今ちょっとビクってなった？
Yes.
なってない。なってなどいないぞ。
Sure, buddy.
オ
Sure.
カリン涙目。
だから違うと言ってやろうが。
あんまり騒ぐと本当に店長さん来ちゃうよ。
You think, oh crap.
それじゃあちゃんとまっすぐ帰るのだぞ。
Alright. Goodbye, Mayuri.
途中で寝てしまって乗り過ごしたりするんじゃないぞ。
Aww.
知らない人に声をかけられてものこのこついていくんじゃないぞ。
大丈夫だよ。マユシーは子供じゃないのです。
It's true. She's done this a lot, but still. She said with a childlike smile. She's so sweet. I decided to see Mayuri off since I was hungry at the station was on the way to the convenience store. She was in a good mood the whole time, probably because she was glad that she was able to help with the lab out.
ねえ、オカリン。
Yeah? She stopped on her way to the ticket gate and looked back towards me.
ん？
あのね、送ってくれてありがとね。
Oh, of course. Who wouldn't?
どうしたのだ改まって。
だってね、なんだかマユシーはとっても嬉しかったのです。
Aww. Having said that, she resumed her journey. I almost said jaunty. I was like, that's not right. Journey toward the ticket gate. Perhaps she was just looking for a place to belong. I found myself at the brink of sentimentality, but stopped myself before I could enter. That's not the person I am. Sure, buddy. Only the old immerse themselves in sentiments. I'm a very sentimental person, personally. Standing in the bustling crowd, I looked skyward to clear my head. As always, there stood Radicon, without a trace of the embedded satellite. That is an interesting mystery. By the time I dropped my area off, I swung by the convenience store and returned to the lab. Daru had crashed onto the couch. Why is this a tip? Fall asleep unintentionally when in the middle of doing something. It's often used to refer to falling asleep while chatting or playing video games, though it's now commonly used for the other situations as well. I've absolutely done that. I think I did that today, actually. His GS sits open beside him. He must have fallen asleep while playing it. It looks like he's having a good dream. From the time to time, his lips form a ludicrous smile. He's still wearing his headphones. They're bulky ones too. Probably a cheap pair themed after some game or anime. Alright, let's see. What do we got from Mayuri? Miyoshi's on the train now. Thanks for walking me to the station. Let's see. So the train is... Make sure not to fall asleep at the train. Get off at Ikebukuro. Got it? Or... No need to think. I simply did what I had to do. I like that one. Most of the time, if he's playing in Eroge, he wouldn't even wear headphones when he won't even wear headphones when Mayuri's around. I guess he's more protective of his non-pornographic stuff. He also could be Kurisu. He might be terrified of her. What a weirdo. You're one to talk. I'm one to talk. We're just a bunch of weirdos together. Whatever, I better leave him alone. I'm sure he'll wake up once he's gotten enough shut-eye. After that, he'll probably head home or just go back to bed. It's not winter yet, so it's not like he's going to catch a cold without a comforter. It's getting cold. I don't like how cold it's getting. I get up and head to the sink to make some hot water for instant noodles. And then... What the fetch? Kurisu? A deafening bestial howl cuts through the darkness of the lab.
なんだ
What?
今の声は。
Yeah, what the heck was that? I thought it came from outside the window. Until I heard it again. What is happening?
Huh?
And that sounds like Kurisu, right? Like, I'm not crazy. That's Kurisu. That was definitely someone's voice. And it came from the development room. Kurisu's the only one in there. It has to be her. Could it be that the gadget she's working on has suffered some major malfunction? Or could the failure of one of her experiments have enraged her into punching a hole in the wall? That'd be really bad. I don't even want to think about what Mr. Prawn would say if he saw that. Hold on, let's think this over again. Go investigate! There's still no telling what really happened. At least not until I check for myself. I pushed the worst case scenarios out of my head and peeked through the curtain into the development room. I'm so much like I'd be thinking of every worst possibility. And when I did... What the heck is this? I saw something I couldn't have imagined. What the... Is that a Kurisu? If that's Kurisu, that can't be. That can't be Kurisu. That smile looks... It's cute, but that looks so wrong. It looks wrong. Why is that not matched? That can't be her. There was Dario wearing gaudy, almost gown-like clothes. And he was surrounded by Kurisu, Ferris, and Mayuri. If that is Kurisu, that doesn't even look like her. Each one dressed in her own weird costume. Okay, hang on. We gotta... I'm probably gonna see the whole thing here in a second, but what is this? What loopy land have we entered? Oh my gosh, he made an eroge. Did he collected sound bites and ran them through to make an eroge? Oh my gosh.
いやそれほどでも
And this is the harem ending? Oh no. Oh, Daru, you dead, son. You dead.
フェリスをダルニャの大切な人にしてほしいにゃ。ダメだよ。ダルくんはね、マユシーのものなのです。ねえ、ダルくん。
Daru, you're gonna be flayed alive. And I might be in the pecking order. I'm sure Kurisu's gonna beat me, but I'll be up there.
うほういいのかい僕は二次元嫁でも平気で食っちまう男だぜ
もちろんだよ。普通は恥ずかしくて言えないようなことも平然とやってのけるダルニャン。そこにしびれる憧れるにゃ。
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
やん、ダル様。
Oh, that feels wrong. The scene was truly unreal, which makes sense given that what I saw was not reality. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh no. Uh-oh. Daru's dead. Good knowing you, son. He's a dead man. Merely an image on a monitor. On a computer screen in the center of the lab mems, excluding myself, approached Daru. Yeah. Someone gonna die tonight. Kurisu could do nothing but stare. It seemed like she was shaking, but I couldn't tell from just her back. The sight of Daru and the others surprised me, but Kurisu was the only one in here. Okay. Mayuri, you're the sweetest. I'm glad I'm your hostage. Oh, God, right to the heart. Sweet? Are you out of your mind? I'm the mad scientist that drives fear into the hearts of men, women, and children all around the world. Sure, whatever you say, buddy. He is the sweetest, though. Oh. Could the horrors playing out on the monitor have something to do with the new gadget she's been working on since yesterday? Could this be a game she's made herself? It's too hellish to watch. I mean, everyone has their preferences, but there have to be limits. And why Daru, anyway? Could it be that Kurisu has a thing for... No. Before I could finish that thought, Kurisu stood up. She turned around and jumped at the sight of my presence.
Okabe! あんたいつからそこに?
I don't even know.
ついさっきからだ。
っていうことは、もしかして今の見た？
I think I did.
ああ、この目でしっかりとな。
Wait a minute, is that a gadget though? Is the gadget them making like a dating sim? Is that what we're playing? Oh, fetch! Wouldn't that be trippy as all get out? Like if we were playing the gadget that they use to try and climb out of debt. So all the funds from My Darling's Embrace is actually like funds to another world line Okabe that funded him to get out of debt. That would be hilarious. And super meta. As soon as she heard my response, Kurisu became flustered and timid. Aww.
違うの。あれはその
Aww, it's so cute.
いいのだ助手よ。
いいってどういうこと？
You're allowed to have your vices, whatever.
俺は人の趣味をどうのこうの言うつもりはない。
は？
Oh, yep, nope, you're reading the room wrong.
あれがお前の趣味で作ったゲームだとしても、それをとやかく言うつもりは毛頭ない。
Oh boy. Oh, you're gonna get the unleashing of her rage on yourself.
だがな、まさかあれを未来ガジェット12号機とするつもりならば、それだけは許してくれ。
Yeah, I agree.
待て。あんた一体何言ってんだ？
Well, what else have you been doing in here?
だからお前が趣味でそんなゲームを作るのは勝手だが、それを売り物にするのはどうかと言っているのだ。
Right.
そもそもあんなものが出回ってみろ。とてもじゃないが、恥ずかしくて外を歩けないぞ。
I go, that's a line he won't cross, but he'll do all the other Chubi stuff. Like, I can never think of that off the top of my head. Chunibyo. That's it, Chunibyo.
だから待てと言ったろうが。あれは別に私の作ったゲームじゃ。
Yeah. Kurisu fell silent, and at that moment I heard the sound of curtains opening behind me and a shadow eclipse us.
なんだよ。人が気持ちよく寝てるってのに、一体何の騒ぎなのさ。
Here comes Screwdriver to the face!
足だ。
あ、マキセ氏。ガジェットの開発終わった？だったらちょっと。
うるさいこの変態！
Yeah, to be fair, he thoroughly earned it this time.
なん
もういい。今日は帰る。さよなら。
Yeah. Kurisu spat out her words and stormed outside before we even had a chance to stop her. Daru and I could only watch her in slack-jawed silence. What the heck just happened?
なおかりん。
なんだダルよ。
僕、マキセ氏になんか変なことした？
Well,
いや。
I considered telling him about what I saw on the screen for a moment, but thought better of it. Oh, come on, I want an explanation! Given my assistant's state of mind, it's probably wise not to reveal her secrets. A wise man does not court danger. And some things are better left forgotten. Frankly, I'm more worried about Daru. Someone just shouted at him for no reason. That's gotta be rough.
なんかわからんけど、僕は傷ついたお。
Aww.
まあ、そう落ち込むな。大型開発に行き詰まって気が立っていたのだろう。
そうは言うけどさ。ああ、考えれば考えるほど釈然としねえ。
Yeah. He keeps getting grumpier and grumpier. This might not end well.
くそー！こうなったら、こうなったら！
What is that?
待てダル！少し落ち着け！
こうなったら、ノノさんにチュッチュして慰めてもらうお。ノノさん！
Okay. She's right, Daru. You are perfect. I mean, we all know it. So, Mayuri. Miyoshi likes mad scientists who are super sweet. See you tomorrow. Oh, fetch. Oh, you can't do that to me. Oh, look at that. It's a cute little... Ooh, is that a new background? Ooh, let me see. That's a cute background. Change wallpaper. Yes. Confirmed. Yes. Well, that was interesting. I went to the lab the afternoon. The curtains in front of the development room were closed, so Kurisu's back again. Part-time warrior. The banquet was total blast. Let's do it again sometime. The banquet was a roundtable conference. Okay. Well, I feel like that was a decent place to stop. Maybe not like we could probably go a little bit longer, but I feel like that was such a good stopping point. We'll go ahead and blank it here. Yeah, it's probably for the best. Anyway, that was freaking awesome. Oh no, what was that? What was that? I would love it if that turned out to be like literally My Darling's Embrace, like this, like the version of that for this world, and that's kind of like what we're playing. It'd be really, 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 really funny, but we'll have to see how this all plays out in the long run. I'm sure Kurisu is going to have to eventually tell us what the heck that was, but I'm so excited to know. Big smiles on my face. I'm gonna love this game. Like I said, I need changes of pace. We've been doing lots of like super serious stories. I like having something super sweet and lovable. So it'll be really, really fun. So again, we're gonna have to see which paths we get. I know it'll be kind of sad we don't get to cover them all, but I think at the same time, it's good to leave some mystery for you. I guess that's everything else I want to talk about before we get going here. Thank you, I guess. Always that. It's always nice to have you around. Like, the support means a lot. I have a lot of future proofing and stuff I want to do, because eventually it would be really neat to be able to make this into something greater than it is, but your contributions are what makes the biggest difference. Thank you to Pat Kilo, patron that we have supporting the channel. It's so great to have someone who's interested in trying to invest in the future of the channel. Thank you so much. If you are interested as well, there's a link to the Patreon down below. Got some perks I can offer to you and give you a bit of more hands-on approach to some of the content we're going to be covering on the channel. But more importantly, just it's about supporting the channel in the future it can be, not necessarily supporting me. I don't need it. It's fine. I'm just grateful you're here. Everything else, I'm just keep it to date on Discord, especially if you want to participate in the rap party. If you aren't familiar with that, I'll just recover it. The rap party is a live stream I do where I talk about the games. I kind of give my impression of all the different routes I didn't get to cover, kind of overall feel about it, like the things I like, things I didn't like. And I also kind of do it as a live Q&A for people who are interested. I've had some guests that actually come on and like chat with me across Discord, but otherwise I just kind of interact with the chat as I see it come in, or maybe like talk about some questions that are brought up during the actual rap party itself in Discord. So if you're interested in that, like make some notes or have some questions in mind, like that's something I hope you can participate in, and I'll let you know when the time comes. But you should expect it to happen the week after the finale of My Darling's Embrace. So keep that in mind. Don't know how long this game's going to end up being with the multiple routes that we're going to be doing. So this could likely take us past Christmas. We'll have to see. But that's all for the future. So thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel. As always, it's a pleasure having you here. And until the next video you're watching me, I hope to see me in next. I'll see you there.